Yes, we've been working on this transaction with the Parks Department and the developer and trying to reconcile some of the risks the project represents, particularly in this drought period that we're in. And my comments are really not going to be based on the merits of the golf course, but more on risks to our efforts to stabilize the water supply and protect it through what is a very bad drought that may continue for well into the future. As the council probably recalls, you impaneled a water resource task force this summer, and working collaboratively with the utility, we identified some short and midterm projects to help with water supply. The Decker Lake project concepts had the highest value short-term to medium-term water supply of all the projects that we identified. It is the most rapid emergency water supply that we could deploy through this drought. And we're just beginning the feasibility of that project and how we might employ Decker Lake for its best purposes for water supply. And the kind of things that we're evaluating is how we'd use that off-channel reservoir, how it might even ultimately one day be pumped directly into our water plants for treatment. We want to evaluate how we could keep the lake filled. If we drain it down, how it could refill. We wanted to evaluate how we might use well water surrounding the lake as a potential source of water supply, how reuse might help refill the lake. And the golf course complicates those matters, quite honestly. We just don't know how we may use those things. The golf course has talked about using wells themselves. They've talked about using reclaimed water. We would like to optimize the reclaimed water to complement the water supply in this area, as opposed to trying to get a $13 to $15 million project off the ground to bring reclaimed water to the golf course as the primary initial purpose. We're just trying to balance all those risks. We're also looking, even beyond Decker Lake, we're looking for opportunities to do things like aquifer storage and recovery, where we would pump reclaimed water into the ground, let it get a natural treatment, and then pull it out later. And I think those are future uses of reclaimed water, and even potentially land in and around this particular lake might be good for aquifer storage and recovery. And we just don't know how a large development like the golf course may inhibit some of those uses.